Welcome to Horry Georgetown Technical College. Congratulations on your decision to join our HGTC family. We want you to be successful, so we will spend the next several minutes helping you learn more about the college's placement test, how to do your best on the placement test, and your next steps in the enrollment process. Please be advised that the Start Right experience, what you are attending now, is a separate requirement in addition to new student orientation. As you have learned in the introductory video, placement tests are important. Most students typically complete the placement test, an important computer-based assessment which helps advisors place students into appropriate courses here at HGTC. At HGTC, we call it the AccuPlacer. The AccuPlacer is easy to use and computer experience is not required but recommended. It is not timed. However, on average, you can expect to complete the tests within 1.5 to 2.5 hours. This is not a pass-fail test, but scores are used to help new student enrollment advisors select appropriate course placement for you. The companion placement test is available on a case-by-case basis as referred by admissions or a new student enrollment advisor. It is a paper-based version of the AccuPlacer test. Please see a new student enrollment advisor or admissions if you feel that you need to take this paper-based test. Otherwise, after the session today, you will schedule to take the AccuPlacer.
Why is it important for you to do your best on the placement test? You could save yourself time and tuition money. How well you do on the placement test will impact your expected graduation date and potential and timely transfer opportunities. It will also impact which courses you will be placed in, as it will ensure your successful completion of academic program goals. How does course placement affect your expected graduation date? Lower scores on the test may involve your enrollment in non-degree credit courses. Enrolling in non-degree credit courses means it will take you longer to complete your academic plan, increase your personal cost, and impact your expected graduation date. For example, if you have time to study math and refresh yourself on various math skills before taking the placement test, you may have studied enough to place into a credit level course or beginning algebra, rather than a non-credit course such as developmental mathematics. This would literally save you money and time and possibly help to get your degree one semester quicker. Let's look at this more closely on the next slide.
On the left, the student did not prepare or review and tested into Developmental English, which is English 032, and Developmental Math, which is Math 032. You can see here that the student added 2 more semesters to their time here at Horry Georgetown Technical College. However, the student on the right studied and prepared in advance and was able to take English 101 and Math 101 in their first semester. Oftentimes, you will see that most of our classes, as well as major-specific classes, require Math 101 or English 101 as a prerequisite. So start preparing now. WaveNet Central staff and HGTC academic coaches are here to help. These are the 3 sections on the AccuPlacer placement test. In the reading comprehension section, it includes identifying main ideas and secondary and supporting ideas. It also includes inferences, applications, and sentence relationships. In the writing and sentence skills section, this section measures your ability to understand sentence structure and what makes a sentence complete and clear, including making sentence corrections and rewriting sentences, recognizing complete sentences, coordination and subordination, and sentence relationships. In the arithmetic and elementary algebra section, it covers whole numbers, fractions, decimals, percent applications, integers, rationals, algebraic expressions, equations, inequalities, and word problems. Each section on the AccuPlacer has a practice tutorial available for you to use before taking that part of the AccuPlacer test. So be sure to use those practice tutorials when they are available. Remember also, when you start each section of your test, read each question carefully. But let's look now further at each section in a little more detail, as you will see it on the AccuPlacer test.
The reading comprehension portion of the AccuPlacer test measures your ability to understand what you read. On AccuPlacer, the screens will provide some questions that you will ask to read a statement or passage and then choose the best answer to the question, based on what is stated or implied in the passage. In other questions, 2 underlined sentences are followed by a question or statement. Read the sentences and then choose the best answer to the question or the best completion of the statement. In the example above, you must read the passage and then determine what the author of the passage implies. Please feel free to pause and read the examples to better understand the questions and directions before moving on. In the second reading example above, read the passage and then determine what the second sentence does. Follow along as I read the question. The Midwest is experiencing its worst drought in 15 years. Corn and soybean prices are expected to be very high this year. Because of the drought, which is the cause, its effect is an increase in corn and soybean prices, meaning the second option is the best answer. It states in effect. You must use such reasoning skills throughout the whole test to answer the questions. The sentence skills test measures your understanding of sentence structure, how sentences are put together, and what makes a sentence complete and clear. See the 2 examples on the screen provided above. In some questions, the screen will ask you to select the best version of the underlined part of the sentence, while in others, you will be asked to rewrite a sentence without changing its meaning.
In the arithmetic portion of the math test measures your ability to perform basic arithmetic operations and to solve problems that involve fundamental arithmetic concepts. For example, the addition and problem solving as shown here. The elementary algebra portion of the math test measures your ability to perform basic algebraic operations and to solve problems that involve elementary algebraic concepts, such as the 2 examples provided here. So, now you know more about the placement test. Let's talk about how to study for it. We want you to be successful and encourage you to further review these resources on your own after the session. HGTC has created a test prep guide which includes links to official placement test resources and free online prep tools. A great way to prepare is to access, review, and study sample test questions anytime. One such resource on this test prep guide is Prep Step by Learning Express. Prep Step allows you to access online tutorials and modules for AccuPlacer. At HGTC, we also offer a placement skills program. In the placement skills program, you would have access to coaches and tutors who can help you during scheduled sessions to improve your skills in math, reading, and writing. Note, there is limited schedule of availability, so ask your Student Information Center WaveNet Central staff about any potential availability and register today.
Now, what do others say about preparing? HGT student Cecilia says that after not being in school for 20 years, after she utilized the Placement Skills Center, she was able to study for the test and do well. Even HGT student Mary Rose says, I highly recommend anyone who needs to bring placement test scores up with the people at WaveNet Central. Some basic tips for testing are: review the questions and test practicing tools before taking the test. Get comfortable with the content and using a computer. Make sure you relax. The test is designed to help you succeed in school. Your scores help you and your institution determine which courses are most appropriate for your current level of knowledge and skills. Once you identify your academic strengths and weaknesses, you can get the help you need to improve underdeveloped skills before they interfere with your learning. Also, get plenty of rest, eat properly, and arrive early. You should also arrive a few minutes early so you can find the testing area, use the restroom, and have time to gather your thoughts before the test begins. Be sure you read and understand the directions for each test before the test session begins. Even ask questions if you need to. Read each question carefully until you understand what the question is asking. Also, take notes if you need to. The testing center will provide paper and pencils if needed. Be sure to answer every item. You are not penalized for guessing. Your score will provide more useful placement information if you answer every item, even if you make an educated guess. Don't be afraid to change an answer if you believe that the first choice was wrong. If you have a problem or question during the test, raise your hand and the test administrator or proctor will help you. Although they cannot answer the test questions for you, they can help you with other types of problems. Now, where to take the placement test? After you complete the third step of the Start Right experience, you will take a short quiz and you will then be redirected to the testing scheduler, or you may visit the testing center website to schedule your placement test at your convenience. After you schedule your testing appointment, you will receive a receipt confirmation of your appointment details, including the location of the testing center and which campus you registered to take the placement test. Be sure to follow the instructions on the scheduler, and if needed, you may schedule separate days to take each individual section of the placement test. After arriving at the testing center, let them know what you would like to take this option and which part you wish to take first.
Be informed. Know the testing center regulations. You must schedule appointments 24 hours in advance. Your photo ID is required. Personal items are not permitted in the testing center area. This includes book bags, cell phones, purses, and more. Scratch paper, pencils, and an online calculator are available. Children are not allowed to accompany students into the testing center and may not be left unattended in the lobby as well. Additionally, food and drinks are not allowed in the testing centers. Please review the regulations at least once more before visiting the testing center for your test. We do provide support for students with disabilities. Please connect with the appropriate campus by calling the phone numbers provided on the screen here. Please pause the video if you need to write these numbers down. If you have not done so already, please take note of the enrollment process steps and turn in any high school and, if applicable, college transcripts, pay your application fee, and schedule to take the AccuPlacer placement test. After taking your AccuPlacer placement test, see a new student enrollment advisor in admissions. If you have questions about the next steps in your process, please contact a Student Information Center WaveNet Central Specialist or call us anytime at 843-349-5182. If you have questions specifically for admissions, please contact them as well at 1-855-544-HGTC.
You have now completed the Start Right experience. Upon conclusion of this message, please take the exit quiz to email your completion results of the quiz provided. Emailing your results will allow you to register to take the placement test. Make sure to speak with staff in the Student Information Center, WaveNet Central, about using the preparation tools mentioned here or participating in the Placement Skill Program. To access the test prep and study resources to prepare for the test, please come see us at WaveNet Central for any help or use the link provided. Thank you and have a great day, and good luck!